afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Topic Time with Harrison Young. The month of January is just about over. It is unbelievable. The weather is incredible. I'm loving it. Okay, great show tonight, great guest. She was a last-minute fill-in, but I always say everything happens for a reason. But before we get to her, got to read these amazing underwriters, and then we will commence with the show. Got some new ones, and that's it. So here we go. We got Kingston Auto Body in Kingston. We got a new one, Studio 53 Salon and Spa in Pembroke. We got Good Old Dave's Automotive in Hanson on Route 58. We got another new one, Crazy Axes, New Axe Throwing House for events and fun in Hanover. We got Giovanni Salon, Liberty Place, East Plaza in Marshfield. That's a new one. We got East Coast Smokes in Hanover. We got Ocean Bluff Automotive in Marshfield. Anthony is the best employee. We got Green Harbor Bar and Grill in Marshfield. We got the Marsh Bar and Grill also in Marshfield. We got Little Kitchen Chinese Restaurant right down the road in Carver, and we got Rafferty's in Marshfield. They make great pizza, and I want to thank you guys very much, and now we will commence with the show. So this young lady here, this is Dot McDonough. She is the, we're going to find out what she is. She brought a couple of posters with her. You know she's employed by the Plymouth School for the Theater for the Aspiring Performing Arts, right. I was going to say aspiring, performing, almost the same thing. So tell me what you do there, and then we'll, you got it on your shirt, but your hair is kind of covering it. There you go.
I work for the Spire Center for Performing Arts. I run light, sound, bar, marketing.
Okay.
And I also run our regular open mic Tuesday nights, and then I just took over from JKL the open mic challenge.
Okay. When you say you took over the open mic challenge, what does that mean? You mean to get people to come in and do it, or to perform yourself?
I find host, I promote it.
Okay.
Just everything but perform.
Okay, everything but perform.
Yeah.
So you're basically the PR person.
Right.
Got it. Okay. So all right, now you were a last minute fill-in for a guest, and last night you performed, or you didn't perform, but you appeared on John Chea's show at Almost Famous at WATD. And what was that like, real quick? Just tell me what you did there, and then we'll talk about
it. It was short, sweet, and fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
You just basically talked about the same thing.
We just talked about the open mic challenge. Talk about the different rounds, what we expect, and what other people can expect when they come out, what they win.
Okay. All right. Well, let's talk about you specifically. How did you get into the industry? What were you like growing up, and where did you grow up, and how did it lead you to be?
I went to school for recording arts. I met Mark.
Performing arts, right?
No, recording arts.
Recording arts. Okay, that's all right. What's that?
Audio engineering and producing.
Got it. Where did you go to school for that?
IEDT in Tampa, Florida.
Got it. Okay, so you're from Florida originally?
No, I'm originally from Dorchester.
Dorchester. Your dialect sounds Dorchester. So how'd you end up at that school in Florida?
I looked up schools for recording arts, and I found that one, and I was.
It looked like the best one for you?
Looked like the best one for me. It was far away, and it had great weather, so.
There you go.
I was sold.
So in other words, the reason I'm asking is because a lot of people feel that Emerson's a great school, but apparently you felt this one was a better one.
They had just built a brand new multi-million-dollar recording studio.
Okay.
So that was one thing that really attracted me. The other thing is that my grades weren't that great in high school.
Okay.
And they weren't really more focused on English and math, and they were more focused on what I had to offer as far as music goes.
Okay.
So.
When you say offer as far as music, so did you ever perform music as a child?
Yeah, I dabbled. Yeah.
Dabbled. Okay.
Yeah.
And you grew up in Dorchester?
I grew up in Dorchester. I went to high school on the Cape and college in Florida.
Okay, I got it. Okay. Well, why did you go from dabbling in music to becoming a sound engineer?
I wanted to know what it was like to be behind the scenes, and it seemed like it might have been more my cup of tea.
Okay, and I guess it was.
Yeah.
Okay. So all right, now, but you also, when I called the Spire today, you answered the phone.
Yeah.
So are you the receptionist as well?
I'm the office marketing lady.
Okay.
So I use the office hours as time to edit videos and make posters and
Okay, so you got a lot of experience in editing too.
Yeah.
Apparently, and that includes not just sound, but obviously video as well.
Yeah.
So, do you work on music videos for artists around here?
Oh God, no! I only just started getting into video probably 2 years ago.
Okay.
And it was more for personal use.
Okay.
And I would say in the last couple of months, I just started like getting back because I took a break from it, and I started getting back into it and using it. Like, how can I use this in a professional manner?
Okay.
So I started making open mic reels. So on Tuesday nights, we have a huge projector set up on our stage.
Right.
So our stage is lit up, and also it just all the upcoming shows
Okay.
and just stuff about the Spire memberships,
Okay.
sponsors, people that we partner up with, like Cork and Table and KKDs, you know.
Okay, cool. How long has this the Spire been in business for? Around?
5 years going on 6.
Okay, and is it right on the waterfront, or is it?
It's right at the corner
Court Street?
of Court and Brewster. Yeah.
Got it. Okay. All right. Well, you got some posters here. Why don't you hold them up and explain what they are, and then we'll talk a little bit about how that works,
Over here.
and talk about the people that are and how well you. I assume it looks like you get a lot of people there. that
Yeah,
come
so
in.
we started the Open Mic Tuesdays a couple of years ago.
Okay.
And, it's all volunteer,
Yep.
what we do. And, I try to get different hosts, especially some of the regulars that come out every week that, really progress
Yep.
and are well off. And we can't really afford them, so I try to find ways to give back to them. So I make posters for them. They also have individual posters as well.
Okay.
We just got a CD rack so they can sell CDs on the night that they host. We got Papagenos to sponsor our open mic nights. It's
Good,
Just,
okay.
It's just a regular open mic, but it's also not just music. It's also open to
Comedy too, perhaps.
stand-up comedy, spoken word. We've had a pair of magicians in there one night.
Okay.
It was like a mind-reading comedy magic. It was actually pretty wild.
Okay.
But yeah, you never know what to expect at our open mic night.
As it should be.
Exactly.
So how is it now? How come you never hosted one?
Because I don't want to.
You don't want to host them. Okay.
I'm also setting up the lights and running the bar during
You're
the
right.
nights.
So what exactly is the difference between someone that hosts it and somebody that performs it? What does the host do? Just introduce everybody?
All the hosts are also performers too.
They are?
Yeah.
Okay.
What they do is just keep everybody in line, let people know who's on deck.
Okay.
They'll give a little spiel in between different performers.
Okay.
Just a reminder, hey, we have these 2 shows this weekend. We also want to say a shout out to our sponsors.
Okay.
Stuff
right.
like that.
Like we just did.
Exactly.
I got you. All right. And what's this here? This looks a little different. Now, those people there, who were they?
That is Boston Catalano and Mike Visconti. They are hosting our Open Mic Challenge finals, which will be Friday, February 21st.
Okay.
We still have 2 more rounds left for people to try out.
Okay.
That's Thursday, February 6th and Thursday, February 13th.
That's tomorrow.
No, that's next Thursday.
You said February 6th. Oh, you're right. My bad. I'm silly. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
My mind is. All right, that's next week. But at least that gives you plenty. It gives people plenty of time to get it in with.
Right.
They want to see it. That's all. They want to participate.
Right.
Wow.
And this is strictly just music. The 2 challenge rounds, if you come out the 6th and you don't make it, you can come back on the 13th and try again.
Okay.
There's 2 rounds left.
Wow.
We pick 3 winners each night. Those winners get to go on to the finals.
Okay.
The finals will take place on the Spire stage.
Okay.
And winner gets $250
Wow.
and gets to open up for a national act on our stage as well.
That is so cool.
And get discounted prices off of Roaring Studios.
That is awesome.
Roaring Sound Studio.
Tell me something. Can you give me some of the national acts that have performed on your stage?
That have already?
Yes, that have.
We had Peter Wolf not
Okay.
too long ago.
Giles, Peter Wolf.
Yep.
Wow.
We've had a couple of members actually from the Jay Giles band. Trying to think, I'm drawing a blank right
That's
now.
all right.
Yeah, Red Molly, and they're coming back. We
Okay.
have Dave Mason coming, St. Patty's Day.
I love David Mason.
Yeah.
Oh wow. They've been performed for 50 years. I remember in 1970, which was 50 years ago, I went to camp and I used to love that song. Only you know and I know.
Yeah.
And is everyone in the band still
Oh,
alive?
no, it's just Dave Mason and what band he has today. Yeah.
Okay, it's not the same, but he's the original founder of that band.
Of Traffic, yeah.
Wow. Of Traffic? I thought that was Steve Winwood.
I don't know about Steve Winwood, but Dave Mason was in Traffic.
Okay,
yeah.
but that's fine. Okay, all right. So, who else can you think of if not?
We got Tab Benoit. That's almost sold
Tab
out.
Lodge, yep.
Yeah, he's a good one.
Yep.
Betty Levette,
Okay.
Coca Montoya, and Ronnie Baker Brooks.
Okay.
And Tinsley Ellis. Yeah, we got a lot of big names, a lot of big blues artists coming up too.
That's awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're pretty busy with that.
Oh God, yeah.
Okay. Well, now, tell me a little bit more about what you're doing with the video editing, though. I mean, because it sounds to me like that's somehow you're going to. My hunch is that eventually you're going to really incorporate that into what you're doing.
Yeah.
More than ever. But I mean, have you ever produced like a music video for a band?
No,
Would you ever want to?
I don't know.
Well, it sounds like
I'm open to try
I would suggest
something I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. I always try to give advice to people I interview that might help them out, and I think that sounds like something you really have fun with.
Yeah.
You're not going to lose, if you get a little time. when I called when I called the Spire today, were you not at your normal position to answer the phone? In other words, do they have a receptionist, or was
I'm the only one there that's there to answer and help.
Oh, you are. So
Yeah.
you're kind of like the slash receptionist.
Kind of, yeah.
Okay, but that's good. That gives you more opportunities and stuff like that. Okay. Well, so what exactly now? There's a guy named Tony Lentini that I interviewed a few years ago. Do you know who he is? He's a sound engineer too. He does a lot of the hookups for the big acts in Boston.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, because the old saying that no matter how good your band is, if you don't have a good sound setup person or group or crew, you don't have anything.
Right.
And that includes you too, obviously. So is it a lot of physical labor to set up people's stuff like this for you?
It varies. We also do a lot of folk and bluegrass, so
Right.
those nights tend to be more easier. But yeah, you gotta lift monitor speakers and
Easier than what? Monitor.
then a rock band.
Oh, okay, because your
Yeah.
rock band has more equipment.
Right.
Okay.
But it's not too bad. It's not like, because I also help out with MMA at Memorial Hall.
Okay.
And it's a lot
Mixed martial arts?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a lot different because we have to literally bring all the sound and lights in.
Yep.
Whereas Aspire, everything's already set up.
Yeah.
So we don't really have to move too many things around, other than helping the band get on and off the stage.
Okay. Wow. Well, that is pretty good.
Yeah.
Helping the band get on. Okay, so moving your equipment and stuff. And how long you been doing this for? So many years?
So they're going on 6. I got on board about a half a year later after they opened.
So you've been 5 years?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. I'm just curious. I know John Shea is a good guy. Why did he just wanted you? He wanted you to come on. He wanted you to come on the show and just talk about what was going on. At the
I
Spire?
reached out to him. Yeah, I was just trying to plug it.
Okay. Oh, okay. That's cool.
Yeah.
All right.
And I knew John Shea from Mark Bryant,
Okay.
who used to own C-Sound Studios.
You know Stone Witch?
C-Sound Recording Studios.
Where are they?
They used to be. He's had a couple of locations, but the last location he had was at the Spire's basement. So,
Okay. Have you ever done anything in radio, like broadcasting, like DJing?
Not professionally.
No. Well, I mean, at school maybe.
No.
Okay. Well, what exactly was your curriculum like at your school in Florida? I mean, you just learning to.
We took mixing and mastering classes.
Yeah.
Music theory. Yeah. And then I had to take my regular,
Okay.
academic.
Okay. Have you ever done anything? I mean, have you ever done anything yourself in entertainment? You've never played. You dabbled in music as a kid.
Yeah.
Ever done any acting, theater, by any chance?
No.
Nothing like that.
Not when I was, except for when I was a kid.
Except when you were a kid.
And it was.
But it wasn't something that you wanted to continue doing.
I thought it was at one point, and.
Okay.
No.
But then no.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, what about the idea of maybe you getting up behind the mic and doing some stand-up comedy or something like
Yeah,
that?
it'd have to be funny.
You could be if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Have you ever written anything before? Like, anything, poetry, any ideas?
I did. That's how I actually got into college. But
Well, talk about that. I think that's important stuff.
yeah, I'd rather not.
You don't rather not? Okay, then don't.
I like being more behind the scenes.
Okay.
And,
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. What about running the camera? Do you do that too?
No.
Okay,
Not if I
everything's just
can help
sound.
it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, you don't want to, okay.
I mean, I have. We did do a promotional thing for Tyler Morris for his show up back in January. And
Okay.
I learned
well,
a lot.
It's still January.
Yeah.
You mean
well,
this? So a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's just this year.
his show was January 11th, but we did the video back in November, and it was the first time like I had the camera and was recording, and I was like, I don't think I'm.
You don't really want it. You don't really enjoy it.
Yeah.
Okay, if you didn't enjoy it, fine. Maybe you felt a little overwhelmed by it.
There's a lot that goes into it that you don't think about it right away.
Right. Yep. Okay.
It's kind of like photography. I also just got into photography for open mic just so they could have photos.
Just
of them.
photos. So taking still shots.
Right. And you know, when you first go to do it, you're like, oh, it's simple. I just aim the camera and shoot. And it's not.
It's not. I know it's not.
Yeah.
I know it's not. But you know what? Like everything else, it just takes practice. And my
Yeah.
hunch is that if you tried it, if you did it a little bit, and you liked what you saw, you might want to continue it.
Right.
Because here's what I tell everybody that I interview: the more multifaceted you are, the more opportunities you're going to have, the more fun you'll have in life. And I always try to read people's stuff, to find out if they have any strengths that maybe they're not addressing and that they could be. And that sounds to me like that could be something if only if you wanted it to be.
Yeah.
What about designing these posters? Do you ever do that?
Yeah, I actually started doing all the posters back this past spring.
Okay, so I mean, the graphics are very nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, so you made the graphics.
Yeah.
Okay, see
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
okay. That's really cool. Did you take the pictures of these artists here
I
in the
did.
mic?
I did.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that. Those are nice pictures.
They're a lot better these days.
Well, that's right. So it's obvious. So you made my point for me. It
Right.
looks like you could do more stuff in photography and stuff. Have you ever done any work like the kind of work you're doing now in other parts of the country? Did you ever do like when you did you have like an internship from your school in Florida that included working down there?
No, I never graduated, so I never got
Really?
that far. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Should I ask why, or if you don't want to tell me?
I
that's-
dropped out.
You dropped out?
Yeah.
But you felt that you got enough education to get you where you are now, you think, or not?
Oh God, no.
Really?
But I felt like I learned more just being thrown into the field
Okay.
than I did the couple of years I was in school.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you ever plan to go back to school anywhere else, do you think, eventually?
Not with the loans, no.
Not with a loan?
No.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, you dropped out, but you felt, but okay. So going forward, what does 2020 look like for you? You gonna be doing
Yeah,
more stuff?
I'm hoping to keep doing what I'm doing,
Yeah.
just like further dive into it. You know,
Okay.
like half the stuff that I'm doing right now, I wasn't doing 6 months ago, and
That's
kind
it.
of loving it. You know,
Right.
Yeah.
You've hit a whirlwind of opportunities right now, and just being on the show is one of them, and that's going to give you more opportunities than that. Have you ever, now you do now? And let's face it, you are a PR person, first and foremost for the Spire Center. But would you ever consider maybe doing PR for people individually?
I have thought about it. Yeah.
All right, because that might be something like opening an agency, get people opportunities, represent people. You could be an agent.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe. You know what it is I wear so many hats that I'm
Right.
at the point where I actually like all the hats that I have.
That's the idea. You want to
Yeah.
like them all.
I don't want to just focus on just one thing though, you know.
That's exactly what I'm saying. You
Yeah.
want You want to have more stuff. I mean, I can see. You go in there. Now, you never hosted an open mic yourself, or did you?
No.
You never did, and
No.
and you wouldn't consider doing it, right?
No.
It's not something you want to do. But when people see what you're doing, you wouldn't. Would you walk up to people that that are performing and say, I can probably get you a gig somewhere else?
Sometimes, but that's also what the open mic challenge is for as well.
Right. Okay. So that they know that that
Right.
going in. Okay. Well, I guess I'm still trying to find out. Have you ever done anything in this field other than at the Spire Center or just here?
I did some stuff for Mark when I worked with him for
Okay.
Seasound Studios, but
Okay.
I didn't really get into any of this stuff until recently. So
Okay.
it's been mostly all Spire.
Right.
Or all Spire, yeah.
Right.
I mean, I do try to do a couple of special things for like our regular host.
Yep.
And for the locals are actually hosting the challenge rounds.
Okay.
And Tony, who's actually part of the locals, was with me last night on John Shay's show.
Okay.
I have done shots for them, and I
Yeah.
did actually record their performance when they opened up for a band last year.
Okay. You remember what the band was?
Yeah, the Stompers. They're actually opening up for the Stompers again this
Stompers
June.
are big around
Yeah.
here. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Because now you know what I'm thinking. You're starting to do video editing. Maybe you wouldn't want to possibly do some video of the Stompers performing, or maybe turn it into create something, do something creative, make it a video, make a music
I
video.
mean, maybe, but right now I don't have the equipment. I would have to ask the band's permission, but I don't have the equipment to do any of that.
Well, aren't there people there that whose equipment are you using to edit the videos?
I use my computer.
Oh, okay, but yeah.
Oh, so the artist sends me approved videos
Okay.
for me to use for ads, and what I do is if I can shorten them, if they're not already pre-shortened, I'll shorten them so like we can post them on Instagram.
Okay.
I'll add some press quotes. I'll add like where you can find where you can buy tickets, our website, our logo, and that's pretty much it.
Okay, so right now that's your creative side in
Right.
motion.
As
Okay.
far as the other stuff goes, like editing videos that I took, that
Yeah.
was more for personal.
Okay, but you never try to when you got a band like the Stompers. I mean, they're a pretty big.
Right, but I don't have the kind of camera to record them, you know.
Couldn't borrow it from a friend or anything?
If I'm not running sound, I'll be running monitors that night, so.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just saying that could be a huge opportunity for you. It sounds to me like you're coming into a time in your career that you never would have foreseen.
Right.
Even just a couple of
It's
years
actually
ago.
funny that you're saying this because I
know
actually sent
what
an
I meet
email
people. Yeah.
to our house engineer this morning because we talked about getting videos for the Spire
Yep.
for us to use, and I actually sent him an email this morning saying, "Hey, can we revisit that conversation, and start recording some of the artists that come through?" But it would have to be a board decision, and
Well,
Probably need.
are you on the board? Are you?
No.
You're not on the board?
No.
Well, I mean,
I wear enough hats.
you wear enough hats, but I do. I mean, it sounds to me like from what you've done, you should have some influence with the board. But I don't know. I mean, I mean, the board. That's up to the board.
I usually
to decide.
pass my ideas along to the members of the board.
Okay.
And then they figure out like the details, like cost and all that stuff.
Okay. Well, here's the thing. You've been working here for 5 years, right?
Yeah.
And you're very good at what you do, and you have a lot, and you're obviously very multifaceted. What's wrong? Would it get you in any trouble to say, why don't you give me an opportunity to shoot a video with this band?
I would need a proper camera equipment,
Well,
and I don't really know how to run one.
You don't really know how to run one? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well, and what if somebody else was shooting a video? Would you?
I mean, I would help. Like that's what I
Yeah.
said in the email. You know, if we would have to find like some sort of sponsorship to pay for the cameras and stuff like that. But if that was the route that we went, I would totally be down to learning and helping out in any way I can.
Well, all you need to do
I'm
now
all
is.
for a free education.
No, of course you are. All you need to do now is make a suggestion to the board and see
Right.
if they can, if they'll, I mean, given your situation, I don't have a camera, but I can, or at least maybe take some footage and I can edit it for you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Start out with that, and if you make something creative, because I guarantee you'll amaze yourself if you can turn it into something really creative, and you'll feel more confident than you'll ever. That's like I've done with my show for 10 years.
Right.
And then that having been said, we're down to the final 5 minutes of the show. The half hour's gone by. So what I want you to do, Dot, in the final 5 minutes is to give shouts out to people that are going to see it, because a lot of people are going to see it. You can start with people that you've been working with at the Spire, or and then friends, family, whatever, and then we'll wrap the show up.
All right, awesome. Well, I first would like to thank Papagino's for taking care of us every other week for our open mic nights. And I want to also thank our hosts that we have this coming up February. We have Bill Anderson, February 4th, Pedro Piera, February 11th, Renee and Company, February 18th, and on the 25th, we have Brandon Martin.
Okay. Anything else for that other poster there?
And for the open mic challenge, like I said, we have 2 rounds left. Please come out February 6th and 13th. It is not just dedicated to solo artists. If you are a band, you can come out. We just ask that you come out a little earlier to help to set up your equipment. And then our finals will be Friday, February 21st.
And remember, you can win some good prizes.
Right.
$250.
$250, and you get to also open up for a national act on our stage.
That is incredible.
Right.
I mean, okay, just wondering, do you talk to the people that run the national acts at all? Do you talk to any of the owners of the big rock bands or any of the performers?
I'm not sure what you mean.
Well, do you talk? I mean, like say Aerosmith was going to do a show at the Spire. Would you actually speak with Steven Tyler, or have you spoken to any of the lead vocalists?
Well, I work with all the artists anyways when I run monitors or lights.
You do?
Right.
So they all know you, or pretty much.
Yeah, we work together for that day. But as far as prior to the show, I do reach out to either the artists themselves or the team, depending on who runs our marketing.
Okay.
But yeah.
Okay, so all right, that's it. Well, I hope you had fun with me tonight. I know at the last minute.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming in. Thanks for, you were a very colorful guest, and I learned a lot about you. I always like, interviewing people, learning more about them, and the fact that you were a last minute fill, and I always say everything happens for a reason, and this is going to be a great boom for your career and mine as well.
Thank you.
And good luck with everything. And I'll be looking for your name in lots of press releases in the upcoming future, since you seem to write them too.
I used to write them. I actually don't anymore.
You don't?
Yeah.
Ever do a review at all?
I tried. I just, you know what it is? I was going to do album reviews for a friend that has her own webzine called
Okay.
East Coast Live.
All right.
And I started writing out reviews for like some artists that we've had through at the Spire that I really liked. And I
Okay.
just started nitpicking away, and just to the point where
Sounds like to me like you could have a whole other career on your hands.
Yeah, it was a little harsh. So I was like, I can't do this.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
I can give you my opinion if you really want it to your face, but
But as far as you get millions of people to see it and say,
Right.
what's your problem? You don't want that.
right.
blame
I
you.
don't want to see the wrong thing that might hold someone back from listening.
Well,
to
let's face it. If these people have already made it in the industry, you're not going to. I mean, the worst thing you can do. Sometimes a negative review can spawn a lot of positive results. That's
right, but a lot
happen.
of these artists were local,
Right, I understand.
and
All right, well, maybe you could, sugarcoat it a little bit. That's up to you. You can.
Yeah,
you
no,
can-
it wasn't my cup of tea, but I still try to be involved as much as I can with my friend that has East Coast Live magazine, and I'll send her photos or I'll send her information about different stuff that we have going on at Spire.
Well, guess what? I'd love to get her on the show if you.
Oh, she doesn't live in the state, but I'll let her know.
Okay, well, great job, Dwight. Thanks for being on Topic Time at last minute notice. And we're going to finish it up. Thanks for watching Topic Time, folks. More great episodes to follow. See you next time. Take care. There we go.